Okay, so for the patient what we done, which is monkey, we're going to go back in there and find that and say that we didn't do any measurements.
Okay.
So we're going to hit our people. We'll find monkey. We're going to hit monkey there. We do want to hit OK here because if you just hit review, it won't let you add anything to that folder itself.
See, little details.
So when we select monkey, we want to go to the button that says OK, because that will open up that case and let us go ahead and add measurements or whatever we need to in there.
Okay.
So once we're populated here, we're going to hit our file folder. Then we're going to use the arrow key. And if you're doing a feline or anatomical only, you're going to pick one of the mushrooms and the image has to say raw. Okay, it has to say raw so we can manipulate that data. Okay, so not DICOM, not movie reel, where it says raw. Once you have that image up, you'll tap on that screen. Okay, when you have your image here, you can do a couple things. You can darken that up a little bit, you know, kind of help you with a little bit of the
So
gain.
What are you decreasing the gain?
Decreasing
Okay.
the gain a little bit just to kind of darken that up a little bit. Now what you do is you use your green scroll bar and you pull about halfway back through the image. Okay, so you want to find diastole first. So we want to find our most open mushroom first. Okay, once we kind of find that, let's see if I can get one where the wall is a little better. Okay, once you're about to that point, you can use the plus or minus sign just to kind of micro move it to where you're in your most diastole opening. From there, we're going to hit the red ruler. Okay, and if you notice in here, we already have a set of 3 measurements because we've done this case previously. But if we wanted to just begin anatomical, we're going to start at the IVSD first because we're in diastole, most open mushroom. So we'd come sit our caliper up on the outer part of the wall. You make your adjustments from up here. You want to keep your line coming down consistent, just like if you were doing M mode there, so you'll touch and drag that caliper. You can use your left upper zoom box to look at that caliper. Don't take your finger off until you're done, because once you take your finger off, no matter where you are here, it's going to think you're done and take you to the next measurement.
And that's where I get into all these crazy vortexes.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm
people
like,
do.
shit,
So
I
just
couldn't
remember,
once.
just
Yeah.
don't take the finger off until you're done right in this area and when you're okay with the measurement, okay? So now when you take your finger off, it's automatically thrown into your next measurement inside the mushroom or left ventricular diameter. We're just going to touch that caliper, pull it down. And again, we don't want to take our finger off yet until we're satisfied with our measurement here.
If you guys saw me when I'm doing this, I'm like cursing and
No, I mean you're not alone. There's several of them. You know, I just had one of my last trainings she was real upset with that too. Okay, so we'll touch that caliper. The third one is the posterior wall, which you're going to take down to the white line or the pericardium. Okay, if you see 4, 4, and 4. Okay, we're good here, so we're going to hit number 1 to lock that top row in. Now we want to find systole, or we're going to close the heart, so we can use our scroll bar here just to make it a little faster, and then you can use the plus or minus sign to close it before it starts opening again. Okay, now we're going to use the bottom row, which is systole. So we want to activate our first measurement. We're going to go to the top of that wall. Again, if you need to make adjustments, you make them from up here. We're going to touch and drag that thickness. Again, we're not going to take our finger off until we're done. Now it wants to know inside the mushroom. We'll take that back down. And then down to the white line again for the pericardium. You want your line consistent. You don't want like a lightning bolt shape in there, so you just want your line kind of consistent. And we'll use number 1 to lock all that in. Without this prior set of measurements, it would have just said 1, 1, and 1. But if you notice, we have a set of 4 here, and that's what you want. You don't want an odd number like a 1, a 2, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 4. Okay, you want all your measurements consistent. That means you're in a good rhythm with that. Nothing's out of place with that measurement. Okay, and so that's for anatomical mushroom. We'll close that window.
Now, do you have to do that 3 times?
Yes, you would do it 3 times.
So how do you go into the next one?
Same way. If you're in your ruler here, you just move and start cycling back through your images.
See, that was another time where I had to give up. I didn't know how to get rid of the numbers.
you just hit the green scroll bar or the plus or minus sign. You're just moving the heart into another phase, and that will get rid of it, and that will let you just find your next diastole, and you will start right back over the
So
same.
the only time you have to press the button is to start. It
To start
jumps,
it.
because that's
It
not the
will jump.
case on the 2 circles.
That's correct.
Right, that's what
That's
also
correct.
gets very confusing.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so you just cycle through that image. You don't have to
Okay.
close the image, go find another mushroom, start back over. I tell everyone, once you find a true mushroom that's representation of the heart, you don't the algorithm doesn't know you went and done that. It just is looking for different caliper position to help with the calculations there.
So now after you've done all three, then what do you do?
After all three, you just close that. And now, so we're going to go ahead and learn M mode as well going through this. But like you first mentioned, it's one or the other. If you do all of them together, it's fine. If you do anatomicals, motion mode, and LAAO, you didn't do anything wrong. You just took an extra step when maybe you didn't need to. So M mode is our gold standard. That's what we want you to try to do.
I'm going to switch movies here.